There's a group of fireworks hotshots who call themselves GFA Pyro.
I love when my guys get excited.
Let's go! I get to blow stuff up for fun.
They're a small company. To be number one, they're going to have to blow away the competition. One explosion at a time. This time on Pyros, Sebastien and Philippe find out what it takes
If I do this at home, I'm gonna lose my license.
to shoot pyro in Mexico.
This is so live!
And in Korea, the guys tackle crazy pyro
This is a huge show.
like they've never seen before. Sebastien and Philippe are on a baseball diamond in Mexico.
It's crazy hot. It's 9 in the morning. It's probably 35 degrees already.
They're going to bat for their next pyrotechnic home run. A fireworks spectacular to celebrate Mexico's Independence Day tomorrow night.
Today, it's gonna be painful. No shade, only the sun and me.
The boys aren't working for just anyone. They were recruited by one of Mexico's top pyrotechnic artists.
Jorge Marquez is known everywhere in the world. His reputation is really good.
When I design the show, I put my best in every line I write, every element I decide to use. Do me a favor, there are 2 Fire One modules on the top.
Jorge is planning a spectacular show that's going to rain fire all around Campeche's main square. The fireworks will launch from 3 different sites. Massive aerial effects will soar from a baseball field 2 blocks away. Closer in, a huge sign will blaze from a rooftop. And over 500 one-shots and shells will blast off from the plaster roof of an ancient cathedral. The jewel of the town square, Campeche's pride and joy.
They have never seen a show like this here.
It's gonna be a real party, but a dangerous one.
First up, the baseball diamond.
Jais, como quieras. Tú, una grande línea? Mejor? ¿Prefieres? Okay.
Phil and Seb are already realizing things are different here.
You
It's not
wanna
a big straight line, not all together.
with only one ratchet strap?
Wow, let's try one. Maybe we'll put 2. But go crazy, man.
Okay. If I do this at home, I'm gonna lose my license.
Where Seb and Phil come from, mortar tubes are never allowed to touch each other. Even the smallest ones stay 6 or 8 centimeters apart, minimum. The big mortar tubes are another story.
We usually put those guys in sand, almost a meter apart. Canada, we don't do things like this. Look at this.
Okay, we need one more.
All right, let's put 2.
If one shell blow in the tube, all the block is gonna blow in the same time. But here, everything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Okay?
It's TIM, man. This is Mexico.
What can I say? It's not like Canada. We can go more to the edge than in Canada.
Gonna be it, man.
These are powerful shells.
Oh, ¿Strobo? Perfecto. Muchas gracias.
If one explodes in one of these mortars, it could easily spawn a disastrous chain reaction.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Many people that come and see a show here, they say, you're crazy. For other people, it's crazy. But for us, it's just the way we do things, the way we live. Almost finished.
After 6 hours in the scorching sun, Sebastien and Philippe have all the bases loaded.
That's it.
But that was just the first inning. Now they've got to tackle their most bizarre installation ever.
It's a good point of view, eh?
Rig a ton of explosives on the roof of an ancient and fragile cathedral.
The way to do things more spectacular is doing what we do here. You have to be crazy to be in this business, first, and you have to be crazy to stand out from the other guys. It's a pyrotechnic culture.
The work at the cathedral begins tonight. That is, once the supply truck arrives.
8 p.m. right now. Let's go. It's time to work.
It's not a real Mexican gig if you don't wait another extra 3 hours for nothing.
A truck, finally a truck.
All this stuff goes at the rooftop of the cathedral.
And there's only one way up.
We had to climb each stair with mortar, with the firing system, with the full box of explosive. It was painful.
Lots of fun. Still more to go.
It's Mexico. We're expecting it to be a little crazy.
Sometimes we have to work 36 hours, continuously working. That's very common in Mexico.
I'm speechless, actually. Working so hard, so late. No fun here.
But the fun is just about to start. Tomorrow, they'll launch a firestorm off this roof. With Philippe perched in the bell tower, riding a ton of exploding pyro.
This is so live!
Sebastien and Philippe are learning firsthand about La Vida Loca south of the Rio Grande.
Tequila.
They're setting up a huge show for Mexico's Independence Day, and they're using the roof of this ancient church as a launch pad.
You have to be crazy to be in this business.
I'm speechless, actually.
It's show day.
Warm here.
It's at like 40 degrees.
It's like a sauna.
But things are only beginning to heat up.
We're gonna shoot a 4-inch shell on this rooftop. Loco.
Here we're going to have lots of one-shots going out of the cathedral, making fans. Then we're having shells going out from the sides of the towers of the cathedral.
We have all the candles to do. There's still a lot of work.
But definitely Phil and Sebastien, they know what they are doing. And this is like having 3 of me in this show. That's why I'm happy.
Are you happy, Jorge?
The fireworks here are all made in Mexico with some unique features, like cardboard mortar tubes and paper cups filled with gunpowder to make the lift charges.
This is the little cones to drink water from the machine and flip the tip, put some tape. It works. Well, this is local shells.
When the lift charges fire, it's going to hammer the ancient building.
The kick is too strong for the roof.
If it would hit directly to this, you for sure you will crack.
It would just breaks everything apart, and probably the mortar would end up in the cathedral.
they have to cushion the blows are some felt mats and sheets of plywood.
It's a big responsibility. We are very careful not to give a big impact on the structure of the building.
5 hours to go. The cathedral roof is wired up, ready to fire.
27.
Yes.
Yes. It's good?
Ole.
There's barely enough time now for the last installation, a set piece on a nearby rooftop.
Yeah, set piece is a big burning sign. It burns for maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes.
But the individual panels are all too big to fit up through the stairwells.
We have a little problem.
So,
It's simple, but
This is awesome, man.
this is crazy.
Like a Mexican style.
Let's say the Mexican way, yeah, it's easy, fast, and it works.
Mexico.
they've got to get 16 of these panels onto the roof and then put them all together.
We're still working on the set piece. Hopefully it's gonna be finished soon.
Minutes to go. The historic cathedral is now a rocket launch pad. Philippe moves up to the bell tower, above a roof bristling with pyro. He'll be right in the middle of the firestorm.
You're nervous as well, eh? Oh my God.
Jorge and Seb are ready at the firing stand below. But just minutes before the cue to fire,
¿Qué pasa, Jorge? ¿No funciona?
the signal between the main firing board and the slave board in the bell tower cuts out.
And for no reason, the slave just disappeared.
Without that signal, nothing on the roof is going to fire.
Good.
It had to be something about the transceiver, the communication with the main module.
Then,
Step on the wire. Okay, yo encontré el problema.
Philippe does a quick splice. They retest.
It's good. We're on. Wow, that's gonna be hectic, man, from here. Listo, gracias. Okay, it's now.
Okay, fire.
The first comets and one-shots fan out from the cathedral roof, right by the bell tower. In green, white, and red.
The Mexican flag.
Good for a start. Very synchronized. The show is good.
It's gonna accelerate.
And now the big shell at the baseball field. It's big, eh? It's a big show. With the fireworks on the rooftop, synchronized with the one on the baseball field. Jorge is a good designer.
Philippe is perched right in the middle of the action.
This is so live! Ah!
the set piece. It's packed with so much black powder, sparks shower down to the ground.
The sparks are landing on the crowd. A little bit scary.
It's part of the fun for many people. Some people say if you don't get burned, you didn't go to the party.
Get burned.
Candles, 4-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch.
The show builds above the old cathedral.
Oh, this is an amazing view, man.
Sebastien and Philippe now know firsthand what it means to do pyro Mexican style.
Yeah! Mexico and fireworks is crazy, for real. If this kind of show had happened in Canada, the day after, I probably receive a lot of insurance reclamation.
Philippe descends to the roof for an inspection.
That seems good. The cathedral is all right. It resists to the impact, so it's fine. We won't go to hell.
It's a very proud moment for Mexico, and it's even a very proud moment for me, yeah.
Across the world in Korea, GFA is entering a very different world of pyro.
The Koreans are way out in another league here.
Philippe, Eric, and Benoit are here to help stage a show that's going to blow them away.
Something big's about to happen.
Philippe, Eric, and Benoit have flown to the continent where fireworks were invented. And they've landed in a city of 25 million to help stage the Seoul International Fireworks Festival, a night of mind-blowing monster pyro. A big Portuguese company recruited Eric and the boys. But head office didn't brief the guy who's going to be running the show, Nuno Fernandez.
You are pyrotechnics? Of course, yeah. 22 years. They don't really know us. They don't know if we're posers or we're good pyros. Don't be shy to give us projects. Okay, I think we can help you a lot.
All Nuno knows is someone sent him 3 guys. Philippe, Benoit, and Eric will have to prove they belong here. The next morning, day 1. The boys make sure they show up early at the prep site on the Han River.
Looks like Team Hanwha from Korea. Morning exercises, gotta stretch to do pyro. Or maybe I should start a new GFA tradition before we start working. What?
When Nuno and the rest of the team arrive, it's GFA's first chance to get the lay of the land.
Mines and comets.
The front of the barge.
And static effects in the front.
Okay. Do you want us to start with mortars?
Putting your guns?
Putting the mortars?
Yes.
Job 1 is setting up those mortar racks on industrial barges. Huge floating launch pads.
That's cool, man. We're starting to create something. It's always a little sketchy, a little crazy to shoot a show on a barge. You're in danger if something goes wrong.
There are 15 barges here, 4 for Portugal, 4 for a crew from Japan, and another 7 for the Korean home team.
These barges are just put here so we can work comfortably, but they're not going to be in this position at all.
For the show, the barges will be towed one by one 5 kilometers upriver to the launch site in downtown Seoul and rearranged into long lines. Eric and his crew have laid out all the mortar racks for Portugal's show. The pyro arrives just in time.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Look at that truck. It opens up off the side and gives super nice access. A transformer.
The GFA boys have over a ton of shells to load. And as they do, they're slowly building trust with their Portuguese colleagues.
It's gonna be better and better between us and them.
Yes.
Eric and Philippe wire over 1,400 aerial shells. Benoit sets up more than 1,000 Roman candles in one-shots.
We just have to prove to them that we know our jobs.
So you know the position's okay?
You put 2 meters or less the cable.
You want your module at 2 meters away?
Because later we put some
Okay, we
bags.
could do that.
Eric has already wired the modules for the Roman candles.
So I guess we need scab.
But Nuno wants a wider safety zone between the electronics and the explosives.
If my module's over there, my igniter's not long enough, so I have to connect it and make the wire longer for every igniter. More wiring, more work. But it's his show, it's his decision.
It's day 2. The Japanese team, led by Moto Sonoda, packs its barges with massive shells.
And Japanese are really known for the quality of their materials. So it's gonna be awesome, awesome, awesome to see.
Team Japan is deploying so many effects, they've run out of space. They've got their eyes on Portuguese territory.
So we want, put some water shells on your barge. Is it possible?
On our barge. On our barge.
Eric plays the international mediator.
He wants to put a water shell, aquatico.
How many? How many?
6 tracks of 5-inch.
I talked with Francisco and okay?
Would you let me know?
I'm negotiating peace with the Japanese and Portuguese.
Quero meter ali perto do contentor.
It's not so good either, right? Yeah.
We don't want to shoot them.
Yeah.
How many positions?
One.
Oh, just one.
Just one?
Just on the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, for us
Is that okay? All right. Thank you very much.
Next door, Team Korea's enormous array of fireworks. And it turns out, Eric knows the show's designer.
Hi, Eddie.
How are you?
Good.
Time.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
S01e08 is Eric's ticket onto the mega barges.
Not too many female designers out there. S01e08 came up with a great design, you know. She probably has that female touch to make it look really good. The big guns.
S01e08 has 7 jam-packed barges here and another 7 already waiting at the launch site.
Fan-shaped multicolored peony shell cake, 20 seconds. That's a huge cake.
The crowning glory, a towering half-sun loaded with 250 one-shots.
The Koreans are way out in another league here. This is a huge show.
By the end of today, all 3 countries will be ready to fire in front of millions of spectators.
There we go.
But first, they have to get their pyro to the launch site. 5 kilometers up the busy Han River. The boys from GFA have worked hard to get Team Portugal's show ready for the Seoul International Fireworks Festival. And now it's show day.
These barges have to be moved out, positioned, tied together, anchored.
Korea, Japan, and Portugal have got to get 15 barges loaded and wired up with explosives 5 kilometers up the powerful Han River, or there's no show.
Oh, just about ready to move. Detaching from the Japanese barge. This is dangerous stuff. Huh? He's the boss, you can tell. Tie this, tie that, grab this, go! There we go. Power, pressure, back her up. Now we're moving.
Eric's barge is loaded with enough pyro to blow up a bridge. The thing is, in a moment, they're supposed to go under one. And things aren't lining up.
What's he doing? We're gonna hit the bridge. Oh yeah. Oh, a big hit too. He's gonna have trouble with that.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, and...
He's correcting. Now we're gonna flow by with about 6 inches right beside the pillar of the bridge. We're slowly approaching our firing area.
Korea's first 7 platforms are already positioned, with another 7 to go.
It's almost a natural amphitheater. It's a great spot for the spectators. We're approaching to connect barge number 3 to barge number 2. Connection complete. The jigsaw puzzle is going to be put together right here on the spot.
Barge number 4.
Yeah, we want it on this side.
Yeah.
So everything has to turn like this.
It takes a barge ballet to arrange the rest of the platforms.
Not an easy thing to anchor barges in perfect positions, you know? You don't want it like this. You want it straight with the crowd.
By day's end, the Portuguese and Japanese barges are all locked in position, 2 giant gunboats ready to fire. But
Hey, I just had a flash.
Phil's been studying the layout. He spots a disaster waiting to happen.
We have a lot of low shots, and we seem to be hitting the Japanese's equipment because we're so close together.
The angle is so sharp, very close to the ground, so that it hit our motor shell. So it's dangerous, very dangerous.
We don't want to cancel these effects. They're a big part of the show. We'll have to find a solution.
When they set up everything back at the dock, it all looked fine. But with the barges rearranged,
Because we have many positions that we need to readjust.
Yes, now
It's gonna go boom and hit the equipment.
Now I turn to the right.
Okay, good. You guys are...
banks of effects need to be moved.
The smaller one-shot effects, we're gonna find room along this edge here, so we could shoot safely towards the side without hitting the Japanese barge. And the candles, we're gonna lift about 1.5 meters up. Okay. So now we're just clearing right over their barge, and the end of the candles will end up in the water up there.
But when that's done,
You have a problem there also, eh?
Eric discovers Portugal is now vulnerable to an attack From
We
Japan,
have a problem here. This shooting the mortars in the rack and everything.
This one?
Mm-hmm. The comet itself will land in the fireworks on the Luzo part, and the Japanese are firing first, right, Moto? Their first shot. Yeah. So we don't want to light anything ahead of time on the Portuguese barge.
Should be okay.
Should be. But you know what? I don't think so.
Eric takes charge, and the Japanese guns are adjusted.
That's problem solved.
Nuno, Portugal's team leader, has been hard to please, but he's come around to appreciating Eric and his crew.
Novamente, e concretizam bem. No primeiro tempo que começamos a trabalhar, estamos sempre, quem está responsável está sempre pouco mais atento.
Everything's ready. The stage is set for what's next. The biggest night of fireworks the Pyros have ever seen. Benoit, Philippe, and Eric have worked for 3 intense days on the biggest pyro setup they've ever done.
We're beginning the test sequence now.
And they've earned the trust of their Portuguese colleagues.
All good?
Okay.
Happy?
All good. Yeah,
Good.
It will be a good night. A good night for the fireworks.
I just can't wait to see all this stuff fire. You see the setup, it's impressive.
It has to go perfect. It has to go according to the plan.
Everything is checked for everywhere.
Okay. Me and Phil will have the chance to watch the show from the shore. Cheers, man.
Benoit will be on the barges.
Benoit's gonna have to make sure everything's okay on the firing end of it.
Japan leads off.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
Standby.
We are in the middle of a big show.
Let's roll.
Yeah, it's starting.
Moto gets the crowd's attention right away with lines of one-shots.
Nice.
Powerful nautical shells. Dozens of them fly 80 meters out and light up the water.
They're shooting wide. That's nice. The aquatics went so wide.
From here, the show goes up.
Wow, look at that. It's big, impressive shells.
Now, millions of spectators see what Japan does best. Huge, precision-made shells that shift color over and over as they burn.
It's the colors are amazing. The Japanese, they're the only ones that could do these like quadruple color changes. Every little star has to change colors at the same time. It's rolling chemicals one on top of each other, and the layer of chemicals has to be so perfect. Yeah!
Okay, the chemicals are perfect.
Each shell is a work of art.
I love it!
Some of them explode into complex shapes.
Has three-dimensional squares. Yeah, nice. Watermelons? Yeah.
How they're made is a closely guarded secret and a source of Japanese pride. The smoke clears. Nuno takes the helm of Portugal's show.
It's out of our hands now. We built the show as best we could. We tested everything. Anxious. You want to be sure your show's good because all these people are waiting for it.
No teu rádio de time code.
They confirm that they received the time code, so they are at 20 seconds. Oh.
This is it.
You can't hear now that it's starting.
If the Japanese show was about huge individual effects, the Portuguese show is about exact timing. Starting with the one-shots and volcanoes Benoit set up.
A lot of really precision effects that fit really well with the music.
The colors are bright. Boom. We have a good view here for the candles. Wow.
Nuno's design uses the river too. Large caliber candles shoot into the water. Then, the show goes for size.
The sound is so loud when the shell's going out of the mortar. We're so close. That's the battlefield. At 2 meters from here. At 2 meters.
The Portuguese show keeps the beat. Right through to the finish.
I love the sound.
It ends with a barrage over the Han River.
The finale was intense, really amazing.
Bravo, 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 Francisco. Bravo.
The boys have helped Nuno pull off one of the biggest events on the Pyro calendar, and they've cemented a friendship.
I'm very proud to have worked with Nuno on this show.
With the help we give to them, with the work we do, I think we'll stay for a long time good friends.
And just when the guys are feeling like it's time to celebrate, they're about to witness a pyro spectacle that will blow their minds. The Pyros have just helped Portugal launch a victorious show in Seoul, South Korea.
Kick-ass finale, huh?
Yes. Can we go out?
Now Benoit,
It's not over yet.
Phil, and Eric are gearing up for the evening's feature performance.
This is it. It's gonna start in a second.
Start in a second.
"14 barges of pyro, more than the Japanese and Portuguese combined.
There we go.
The Koreans start off with a color-shifting shell of their own.
Benoit got the short strides out on the barge right now. He doesn't have the perfect crew like we do.
But Benoit is in pyro heaven. Korea's colossal half-sun is about to go supernova.
We have totally a good view here.
That's just good. It's loud also.
A wall of smoke would be a curse to most fireworks shows. The Koreans make magic with it. This is a brave new world of pyro.
Yeah, some kind of remote-controlled birds are flying into the show. That's a cool idea.
The birds are over 2 meters across.
Oh, I've never seen anything like that.
And they're heavy, loaded with fuel.
One crashed into the bush. Crashed and it had pyro in it. It has pyro in it, so we're gonna see something out of these birds at some point. Now we know there's pyro in it. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Oh, whoa.
These are not just birds. They're firebirds.
This is cool. Control pyro.
But the Koreans prove the sky is not the limit. They've rigged a major bridge almost a kilometer long with gunpowder.
That's crazy. Illuminated. Across the river. Look at the
Traffic is stopped on the bridge. Everybody stopped it. Going out of their car and looking to show for sure.
The finale is what a pyro's dreams are made of.
That's a crazy fireworks show. That's one of the best shows I've seen in my life.
That show kicking the ass, it's amazing. I thank God hear that.
Perfect show, best show I've ever seen.
This show just, it's awesome. It's like a fresh air just coming in. I could just start all over again another season.
For now, it's time to celebrate this season.
I just want to raise my glass to everyone who came tonight.
And Mode has some big news.
I want to officially announce that we got the contract for Ottawa 1st of July for the next 3 years.
GFA will get to fire up the skies above Parliament Hill on Canada Day.
We've been trying to get that show for a couple of years, but there will be a challenge because that's a big show.
This year's been really fun.
It's been a big year.
This year was especially a good year for us. We're getting stronger and better.
Eric, Benoit, Philippe, Sebastien, and the rest of the GFA crew know they fought hard this year.
We got an old break.
Pissed up.
The company has reached a new high. But Mode is always looking ahead and up for new ways to light the skies with fire.